Yes, it's Christmas time. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Retro Dave. I'm back again with another video. Christmas 2015 is just around the corner, literally a few days now. Finally finished work. Thank fuck for that. I've had a really busy year, and the last few months have been really crazy, one thing or another. If it's not stuff at home, it's work. If it's not work, it's children. You know what I mean? It's just, life is just chaotic. So yeah, happy Christmas everyone. I know I say again, hope everyone is well and is doing great things over the Christmas period. If you've got time off work, then fantastic, and if you haven't, then I feel sorry for you. I'm just pleased to say I have 2 weeks off with the family, some quality time with the missus and kids and that, and friends and family just coming over from all over. So I'm really looking forward to that. So what I've been up to? I've been up to loads. I won't lie, I've had a lot going on and I haven't videoed anything. I'm so behind with everything. You know, for those that do make the videos, you know what it's like. If you don't make a video for a while, you get right out of touch and you kind of lose track of what you've been doing and so on. So kind of news in brief, I've got a load of stuff that I've been buying in the last probably 6 weeks or so that since I've last done like a recorded the pickups video. It feels like forever. Operation Wolf, that broke completely and I've now fixed it, so I've got a video coming up on what's happening with that. So yeah, pleased to have that basically fixed over the Christmas period though, so I can actually play it. I'm on the scoreboard, as you know, for Popeye, which I'm really happy about. You saw that probably in the last video. I kind of upload that video because I haven't had time to do any some of other pickups video really. And tonight is the first night I can actually walk around. I can actually walk on my floor because I've had presents and other crap from the loft for the decorations and stuff out here on the floor, and I've literally only had half my floor space. So yeah, tonight is literally the first night I've had my free space to actually put the tripod up and kind of be able to move around, do what I've got to do. So yeah, it's taken a little longer than I'd hoped, but I'm there now. I'm back. So yeah, I mean I've got a whole load of stuff to do, but I'm going to show you the stuff kind of in like sections. So I'm going to do like my today's video is a select pile of things that I've chosen on the side here. There's a few other things and pieces knocking around that I've tried to kind of keep out of sight, not to spoil future pickups. But yeah, I've got some really cool stuff, really exciting stuff to show you. I'll give you a little clue. I've got some like figure lines I got off. I think it was Carl, Ocarina fella, or Darth Twin Rover as he's now called. He sourced some figures for me. Which I'll do a video on those just on their own because they're cool, and I've bought a few bits and pieces to go with them, so that'll be its own video. Got the video of the stuff I'm showing you now. I've got a pile of stuff next to me which I took off the shelf, hence the space. I didn't want to spoil any surprises, and this is the stuff. This is like the cream, the stuff I'm really just like dead excited to have picked up. At the last, this is the more recency. In the last this month, November. Oh, it's December now, but you know what I mean. End of November, begin December. And the other stuff I'm going to show you is the stuff I've had first, which is, you know, I'm trying to do it in some kind of chronological order, just my own record, and just because it's kind of, I want to work through it that way. It works better for me. I've got my list on my phone, so I don't lose track of what I've been picking up and what I haven't done videos on to show you guys, any collection editions. So this stuff will be coming up very soon. Today I'm showing you a mixed bag of games and a few accessories and novelty item. I should say a novelty item. Well, yeah, it's mostly games to be fair, across a few different platforms. Right, so after that mouthful, a quick swig of my drink. I also briefly want to touch upon, I met up with Scott, Sega Saturn lad, a few weeks ago now. We went to like a computer museum. He came up to see me, and yeah, it's the second time we've been now. Now we went to this thing and we played on a few games, and they had Oculus Rift, and we, you know, Scott had to go on it. I thought, yeah, I've never been on one before, so Scott got on now. And it was really weird to see like what was going on the screen. They had the monitor set up above the table, so we could see what the person wearing the Oculus Rift would see. And it looked weird, I think is the word, weird. And so I had to go. Now I put the headset on and I thought, wow, this is, you know, it's weird how it looks. You can't, unless you've had it on, it's hard to explain. It kind of looks kind of like 3D, but it's obviously an early infancy. It's early infancy in the program that it was using. It didn't look like it was something that was going to be released very soon. I don't know what version it was, or I don't know anything about it, to be honest with you, but it didn't look, you know, like it was finished. Let's put it that way. So anyway, cut long story short, so I put the headset on, and I'm on this ride. So it's like a swing. So you've got these, like, the thing that comes down on top of you, and it basically shows you kind of swinging back, and it's swinging forward and up. And I'm sitting in this chair, and I can feel my stomach going. You know, when you go like on a ride or whatever, and your guts are going, and I'm thinking, geez, this is weird. I'm sat still, but I'm feeling my body, my eyes are telling my brain that I'm moving. It's really bizarre. So it's swinging up, I'm looking around, and then it goes, and then it was going the other way, and I ended up falling forwards. And I'll tell you what, it messed with my head, because I took it off after like a few minutes, and I felt really weird. Like, as soon as I took it off my head, my legs felt funny. Like, my legs were like really light, and I thought, okay. And I stood up, and I just felt rough as anything. And I had to go outside for like 5 minutes, have a bottle of water and a Snickers. I felt really odd, like really dizzy and sick. I've never ever experienced that in a video game, ever. I've never ever felt like that. I didn't like it one bit. So we went back in, and we had to go on a few other things. You know, we played Street Fighter, and we're playing on the PlayStation or something, and I just couldn't concentrate. Every time I was looking at the screen, like, we're playing something else, it was making me feel worse. I said to Scott, I've got to go back outside, so I can't act this. And we ended up sat in the car for like half hour, 45 minutes. I just could not. I felt weird, like really dizzy, really sick, and I didn't like the feeling at all. It was, you know, I had to drive home. You know what I mean? And Scott was like, you know, are you gonna be alright to drive? I was like, well, yeah, I'll sit here for a bit and see how, you know, till it kind of wears off, and then I'll see how I get on. Obviously, otherwise, he would have drove back. But it was horrible. I don't know if anyone else has been on the Oculus Rift at play or whatever has felt the same kind of experience, but yeah, I did not enjoy it one bit. It was, you know, it was interesting, like you say, to experience it. I won't do it again. It just didn't agree with me. Maybe it was just the game that I was on. I don't know, but it made me feel shite. I mean, I got home and I felt rough. Even when I got home, I didn't feel quite right until I woke up the next day. It was bizarre. Yeah, really, really bizarre. So yeah, that was the story with that. And that was yeah, that was not fun. What else have I been doing apart from working like a Trojan? Not a fat lot. I mean, like I say, just busy with just life, just like family, and just getting home late from work and not having the energy, and trying to set up Christmas stuff, and you know, that's basically what I've been doing. I'm sure most of you guys have been doing the same thing as well. I know Chris Novabug has done a video on your 4 favourite gifts for his Friday foursome. I want to try and see if I can find time over the Christmas break to do a VR to that, so I'm hoping I can get a video out for that. If not, I should just reply in the comments, but yeah, fingers crossed I can do that. What else is new? Yeah, I tell you what, I'll just have to do it as I do videos, because I don't want to bore you to death by standing talking shit for. I've been talking shit for the last like 9 minutes, so we'll get on with the pickups now. I'll try and remember kind of how I got them and a bit of backstory behind them, but some of them had a little while now, so yeah, you have to bear with me. Okay, we'll start off with some Spectrum stuff. So first up is a game that Alex at Nintendo Arcade was playing. It must have been a couple of months ago now, and I saw the gameplay. I thought that looks really cool. You know, I've not played it before, but it looked like a decent platformer, and it was Bruce Lee. So I picked up Bruce Lee for Spectrum, and it's a cool little game. And Alex blasted through it. You know, he found it quite easy, but I had to go, and I got stuck on like the first 5 minutes into it. I was stuck on it, but it's a cool little game. If you're interested in seeing gameplay on this one, go back to Alex's for Alex's videos, you'll find it. It's a cool little game, so I thought I'd grab it and give it a try myself. So that's Bruce Lee. Another Specky game. While scrolling through, I had a little look, and I thought I'd pick up this classic arcade kind of game, and it is Tapper. So the idea is you've got the people sliding your beer glasses towards you, and you have to basically catch them and not let them fall on the floor. And the other way around. You're throwing them the beer, sorry, and you have to make sure you throw the correct amount for the amount of people that are on the bar. Otherwise, they smash and then they throw glasses back. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool little game. So I grabbed that. Right, now the story behind this one is I actually put a post up on Facebook. Now, I've been going through my Spectrum collection, and I've said before, I'm trying to get all my original games that I had from back in the day across all platforms, whether it be Spectrum, NES, Game Boy, or whatever. So I was going through, and there was actually one Spectrum game that I was missing, and I couldn't remember what it was called. I knew what it was like, and I knew it was a flying game. That's as much as I knew. And I knew what the box looked like. And I did my best. I put a post up on Facebook on like a Spectrum group, and it was very vague. It was basically like a flying game on the Spectrum. It was in a cardboard box. It weren't on like a cassette case. It was a cardboard box, had a massive play on the front of it, and that's all I could go on. And people were firing like screenshots of box art and get names. I was searching for names and everything else. Whilst people were throwing me these kind of suggestions, which all weren't correct, I did look a few of them up, and I actually found a new game that I bought, which I'm going to show you in a minute. So I was just a game for, oh, that looks interesting. So I bought that anyway, although it wasn't the game, but it did. I'll show you that in a sec. But it went on for a couple of days, and then John, one MSX to go. John, I hope you're doing well, mate. I haven't seen you around for a little while either. John put a few suggestions on the post, and one name, as soon as I read it, I thought, now it kind of like struck a chord. I thought, that sounds like it could be something interesting. And no one had guessed it before. Straight to Google Images, put it in, bang. I knew straight away, as soon as I saw the game box art, and I thought, that is it, 100% that's the game. And as I went straight on eBay, and there was one on there, one copy, and I thought, right, bollocks to it, I'm just going to buy it, and I want to get it again. And the elusive game that took, I mean, it must be nearly 100 comments on a Facebook post to get right, and John got it right, so credit goes to John, one MSX to go, and he guessed Snow Strike. Now, the game is not fantastic, I'm not going to lie, but I wanted just for the nostalgia factor that this was part of my original Specky library. So it's a cardboard box game. As the back, it's basically your first person kind of flight. It's not like a flight sim, although it kind of is. The idea is you basically flying around and shooting shit out of the sky in cockpit view. It's hard to control, but you know, I wanted it for the sake of having it in my Spectrum collection. So it's got the tape and the book and all that with it. It's just a book, I think. Yeah, there's like another little leaflet. Yeah, it just shows you what other systems it's for. So I was happy to grab that. So that was the final piece of the Spectrum puzzle now in. So we've got my original Specky collection is now finished. So I'm happy about that. As I said earlier, whilst searching for said game, this game got mentioned, and I looked it up and checked out the gameplay. I thought, yeah, that looks really cool. It cost me a whole £1 plus postage. It's like £2.70, I think. And it's a Taito arcade game, and that is Flying Shark. So it's a vertical shooter, and I am a fan of the vertical shooter. I'm not so much a big fan of the side-scrolling shooters. Vertical, I just seem to work better with, so I was really happy to grab that. And it plays really, really good for a Specky game as well. It's really good. Then I was looking up different versions of this game and what other systems it came out on. And it turns out they did a version on the Sega Genesis. So I bagged myself the Sega Genesis version, and as you can imagine, it obviously is a vast improvement on the Spectrum one. Although it is slightly different. They are kind of different in the layout of the level and the enemies and stuff like that. But it's all there, all complete. So Fire Shark vertical shooter for the Spectrum, for the Genesis, sorry. It's a cool little game. And if I can figure out how to do some capturing of the Genesis gameplay, I will do one at some point, but as yet I can't work it out, do it on a SCART cable. So there we go, Fire Shark on the Genesis. Now stick with Genesis for a minute. I've got two other games for the Genesis to show you. So one of them, I've had this before. I had this a couple of years ago, before I sold off all my Amstrad stuff and traded all that in. Oh, I sold it all. Yeah, I did sell it all. I sold all my Amstrad stuff a couple of years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. I've been doing YouTube 3 years now this month. So it was about 2 years ago. I sold this game around that time, and basically I thought, you know what, I really want to play this game again, and it's on the Spectrum and it's on the Amstrad, and it's my favourite kind of game. It's the first game I actually played in the system as well, and it was Oh Mummy. And I used to have the Mega Drive version of it. They kind of brought out like a is it like a homebrew kind of game, and they made like a 16-bit version, and they also included the original Amstrad version on the cartridge, and that was my favourite version. The Amstrad version is my favourite, although the Spectrum is the real nostalgic one. The Amstrad one is a much better port. So I grabbed the cartridge of Oh Mummy for Genesis, and it works fine. It's just a loose cartridge, but it's one of them homebrew kind of games. But I'm really happy with that, and I've played it quite a bit. Although I've played the 16-bit remake version on the cartridge, and I'll get to the same point every time, and I just die. So I don't know if it's bad programming on the game, or I'm just bad at the game. But yeah, I much prefer playing the original Amstrad version on this only. So yeah, I was happy to get it just for that. So that is that one. And then this one, I was looking to obviously get another Sega Genesis classic off the list. I've got the Streets of Rage, and I wanted to buy Streets of Rage 2. So I picked up Streets of Rage 2 on the Genesis. Now, when I actually bought this, this actually came from Germany, because I was trying to get away with having to pay the taxes from the States, and obviously if it's in Europe, I haven't got to pay them. And the seller sent me a Mega Drive version. So I got home from work, I opened up the package, I was like, "You're joking? Fucking!" They sent me a PAL copy, and yeah, I was a bit peed off. And anyway, I contacted the seller. And fair play to him. He said send it back. He paid the postage to send it back, full amount. He paid my gift me straight back. So then posted me this one out, and this came a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, really happy with that. And it's all complete. It's in pretty good condition. Cartridge is nice. So yeah, I'm happy with that. And I played it through, put it on easy, and played it through that night. Soundtrack's amazing. It looks great on the PVM. Fantastic game, classic Sega Genesis game. It doesn't really need much more saying about it than that. You all know what it is. It's fantastic. Right, so that is the Sega stuff out of the way. Right, we've got a NES game coming up. So again, this was imported from the States. It must have been well over a month ago. Yeah, again, it's one that I wanted to get back in my original setup, although it wasn't my game. It's a game I played with my cousins, and again, just wanted it for the nostalgia part of the NES collection, and that is Tecmo World Wrestling. So on PAL version, this is kind of like a £30 game, £35 game, box complete, and this version cost me, obviously this post on top is like £6. So £6, yeah, £5 or £6 is plus the postage. So I think all in, it was about 14-15 quid delivered. So it's half the price of the PAL one. It's all complete. It's all in there. You know, it's not the most amazing game in the world, but I wanted it to build up my kind of set of games that I used to play back in the day. So Tecmo World Wrestling. Now we're going to finish up with a kind of like a novelty item. Again, this is a game that an item my cousin used to have. Same as this Tecmo World Wrestling actually. That's a game that me and my cousin used to play back in the day. And he had one of these on his bedside cabinet, and I loved it when I saw it. I never ever saw one for sale kind of where I lived. I don't know where he got it from, but I have had one before, but I've not had one box complete. Now I'll show you the item first, and I'll show you the box. And it is the Super Mario Brothers alarm clock. So it's fully working. That is the time. Yeah, 20 past 10. It's 10 to 12. Is that right? Yeah, 10 to 12. Try and read it backwards. See, my camera's backwards. So 10 to 12 is correct. No, so it all works. The alarm works. It's a pretty cool little item. Now I've had one of these before loose, but I've never seen a box one. So I shall put that back up there. Now here's the box for it. And how cool is that? And it's in absolutely beautiful condition. All there, instructions inside and everything else. So I was really happy to see that. I thought I've got to get it just because, you know, it's old school Nintendo, and that's what I'm all about. So I can go back on the shelf. There we go. So the Mario Brothers alarm clock. So guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you stayed to the end. I know I've waffled at the beginning, just giving you a rundown of what I've been doing. But I've got a lot more stuff to get through at another time. Like I said before, I've got another several videos planned. But yeah, I'll see what I can squeeze out over the Christmas break. If I don't catch you, I hope everyone has a fantastic Christmas. Enjoy yourselves, whatever you're doing. And yeah, I shall catch you in soon for another video. Take it easy.